In hundreds of interviews with homeless women over the course of 13 years, only one woman was not sexually abused as a little girl or raped as a young woman. For most of these women, home is a very scary place. A place they have fled. Ironically, shelters are the first place many of these women ever experience safety, protection, or comfort. This is a woman's story, as she told it. What isn't in this story is that this woman met another woman in a shelter, and they fell in love, and through their love, they both were able to escape the shelter system.
December 1965. 5 years old. My mama tells me in a very loud and scary, life-threatening voice to stop scratching your Coochie Snorcher! I had become terrified that I scratched it off down there. I do not touch myself again, not even in the bath. I become afraid that the water is going to get in and fill me up so that I explode. I use Band-Aids to cover the hole, but they fall off in the water. I imagine a stopper, like a bathtub plug up there, to prevent anything from getting inside of me. And I sleep with 3 pairs of happy, heart-patterned cotton underpants right underneath my snap-up pajamas. I still want to touch myself sometimes, but I don't. Memory, 7 years old, Edgar Montaigne, who was 10, gets angry with me and punches me with all of his might right in between my legs. It feels like he breaks my entire self. I limp home. I can't pee. And when I get home, my mama asks me, "What's wrong with your Coochie Snorcher?" And when I try to explain to her what Edgar did to me, she yells at me and tells me to never let anybody touch me down there again. I try to explain to her. I say, he didn't touch it, Mama. He punched it. Memory! 9 years old, I'm playing on my bed and I'm bouncing and falling and I impale my coochie on the bedpost. There's these loud screamy noises that come straight from my Coochie Snorcher's mouth. They rush me to the hospital and they sew me up from where I was torn apart. Memory, 10 years old. I'm at my father's house and he's having this huge party. Everybody's drinking. Well, except for me, I'm downstairs in the basement. I'm playing alone, trying on this new white cotton bra and underpants that my father's girlfriend had given me. And suddenly, my father, his best friend, this big man, his name's Alfred, he comes behind me and he takes down my new underpants and he sticks his big, hard penis into my Coochie Snorcher, and I kick and I scream, and I try to get him off, but he already gets in, and then my father's there, and he has a gun, and then there's this huge loud noise, and then there's blood all over Alfred and me, and then there's just like lots of blood, and I am sure that my Coochie Snorcher has finally fallen out. Alfred's paralyzed for life, and Mama, she doesn't let me see my father in like 7 years. Memory. 13 years old. My Coochie Snorcher is a very bad place. It's a place of pain and of nastiness. It's a place of punching and invasion and of blood. It's a site for mishaps. Yeah, it's a bad luck zone. I imagine a freeway right in between my legs. Yeah, and I'm traveling, and I'm going far away from here. Memory. 16 years old, there's this gorgeous 24-year-old woman in our neighborhood, and I stare at her all the time. One day she invites me into her car. She asks me if I like to kiss boys, and I tell her I do not like that. And then she tells me that she wants to show me something. And she kisses me so softly on the lips, with her lips. And then she shoves her tongue in my mouth. Wow. Oh my God. She asks me if I want to go over to her house, and then she kisses me again. And she tells me to relax, to feel it. She says to let our tongues feel it. She asks my mama if I can spend the night, and my mom's just delighted that such a beautiful, successful woman has taken an interest in me. I'm scared, and I can't wait. Her apartment, it's fantastic. She's got it all hooked up. It's the 70s. So the beads, the fluffy pillows, the mood lights. Yeah, her apartment's it's fantastic. I decide right there and then that I'm going to become a secretary just like her when I grow up. The lady, she pours herself a vodka, and she asks me, what do you want to drink? And I say, well, the same as she's drinking. And she says, I don't think your mama would like you drinking vodka. And I say, yeah, well, I don't think my mama would like me kissing on girls either, so I mean. And the pretty lady, she pours me a drink. And then she changes into this chocolate satin teddy. She's so beautiful. I always thought bulldaggers were ugly. I say, you look great. And she says, so do you. And I say, but all I have on is this white bra and panties. And then she dresses me slowly into another satin teddy. It's lavender, like the first soft days of spring. The alcohol has gone to my head, and I'm feeling loose and ready. There's this picture over her bed of a naked black woman with a huge afro. And she lays me out on the bed gently and slowly, and just our bodies touching makes me come. Then she does everything to my Coochie Snorcher and me that I always thought was nasty before, and wow, I'm so hot, so wild. She says, your vagina, untouched by a man, smells so nice, so fresh. I wish I could keep it that way forever. I get crazy wild, and then the phone rings, and of course it's my mama. How does she know? She catches me at everything. I'm breathing really heavy, and I try to act normal on the phone, and my mama asks me, she says, what is wrong with you? Have you been running? And I say, no, Mama, I'm just exercising. And then she tells the pretty lady, she says, to make sure that I'm not next to any boys. And the pretty lady, she says, trust me, there's no boys around here. Afterwards, the beautiful woman, she teaches me everything about my Coochie Snorcher, and she makes me play with myself in front of her, and she tells me all the different ways to pleasure myself. She's very thorough. In the morning, I'm afraid I've become butch because I'm so in love with her. She laughs, but I never see her again. I realized then that she was my surprising, unexpected, and politically incorrect salvation. She transformed my sorry-ass Coochie Snorcher into a kind of heaven.